It has been 4.5 years since 21-year-old Destiny Harrison was killed inside of her own hair salon. No one has been arrested for the crime, and as detectives actively investigate, Destiny's mother has a plea for the community. WMER2 News' Jonathan Hunter spoke to Destiny's mom and has her story.
Destiny Harrison was a mom, a business owner, and someone who had her whole life ahead of her. In December of 2019, someone walked into her hair salon and shot her to death. As detectives actively investigate, Destiny's mom says if someone knows anything, to please come forward.
On December 21, 2019 in Baltimore, the city held its breath anticipating the arrival of Christmas. But inside the brightly lit Madam D Beauty Bar Saloon, that anticipation turned into absolute stillness. The kind of stillness that follows a sudden, irreversible act. Consider the place where you feel most alive, where your efforts take tangible form. A studio, an office, even your own home, a space that reflects your identity. For Destiny Harrison, that was her salon, a dream realized through dedication. Now try to grasp the horror of that very sanctuary becoming the location of your violent end. Destiny was just 21 years old. She was a young black entrepreneur with a thriving business and a devoted mother to a little girl named Dream. By all accounts, she was a force, ambitious, caring, and a mentor to others. Madam D's wasn't just a business, it was her legacy in the making. Then, in the blink of an eye, that legacy was threatened and then silenced. What could extinguish such a bright light in her prime? What kind of darkness could walk into a place of beauty and creation and leave only devastation? And why Destiny? Why her dream? Over 5 years passed by since that December night. The decorations have long been taken down, but one question still hangs heavy over Baltimore. Join us as we reveal the mysteries and unanswered questions behind this tragic incident of Destiny Harrison. Welcome to Cold Twist True Crime Stories, where we explore the mysteries and unfiltered truth of real crimes. If you're joining us for the first time, kindly subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell icon so you don't get to miss our future posts on any of our latest stories.
In all reality, when I die, I want people to be like, she was a legend at that hair shit. And I want my daughter to be like, my mother was that on the head tip, period.
The story of Destiny leads us to the city of Baltimore, USA. Baltimore is a city of history and contrasts. It's also a major city on the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, which boasts of a rich history with a significant seaport dating back to its founding in 1729. However, like many major urban centers, Baltimore has faced challenges with crime and gun violence. While recent reports from early May 2025 indicate a historic drop in homicide rates, with April seeing the lowest monthly number ever recorded, the city has historically struggled with high rates of violent crime. The data from 2022 showed Baltimore City accounted for a disproportionately high percentage of Maryland's gun homicides compared to its population. This backdrop of both vibrant city life and the shadow of violence provides a stark context for the tragic story of Destiny Harrison. Destiny, also known as Destiny Dasha Harrison, was born on April 16, 1998, and raised in Baltimore. From her earliest years, a spark ignited within her, a fierce determination to shape her own destiny. This wasn't a passive hope, it was an active force that propelled her forward. She found a drive early in the outlet world of beauty. Graduation from Mergenthaler Vocational Tech High School in 2016 armed her with a cosmetology license, a tangible first step towards her aspirations. Her thirst for knowledge extended beyond the salon chair. A period at Bowie State University, studying business, further honed her understanding of commerce. But the pull of her passion, the artistry of hairstyling and the allure of entrepreneurship, proved stronger. Before she even reached her 20s, Destiny had already tasted the challenges and triumphs of business ownership. The hair trap was her initial venture, and a stepping stone to something bigger. That something bigger materialized as Madam D Beauty Bar was located on North Milton Avenue. This wasn't just another salon, it was the physical manifestation of Destiny's hard work, her vision brought to life. It quickly became a recognized spot, a place where clients not only received a service, but connected with the energy and ambition of its owner. Behind this burgeoning success was a strong network of love and support from her family. Her parents, Charles Mack and Raquel Harrison, provided a constant source of encouragement. And at the center of her world was her daughter, Dream. Dream was the undeniable focus of her love. To those who knew her, Destiny wasn't just a businesswoman. She was a devoted mother, a cherished family member, and a guiding light for those around her. The life of Destiny was on an upward trajectory, a young woman building an empire surrounded by love. But just 12 days before Christmas, that trajectory took a sharp and unsettling turn. Her sanctuary, Madame D Beauty Bar, was violated. A crime committed against her, leaving her with a chilling premonition. What intrusion could have shaken Destiny's confidence so profoundly, casting a shadow over her hard-won peace right before the holiday season? December 9th, 2019. Just under 2 weeks before Christmas, an unsettling incident occurred at Madame D Beauty Bar. The sanctity of Destiny's hard-won business was breached, not by a stranger, but by individuals from her own neighborhood, a couple who saw an opportunity to take what wasn't theirs. The audacity of their actions was significant. Hair bundles, valuable merchandise that represented Destiny's livelihood, were stolen, a loss totaling $3,000. But this wasn't a silent theft. Destiny, a woman who stood her ground, confronted them. What followed was a disturbing escalation. Her demand for the return of her property was met with violence. One of the individuals held her, while the other physically attacked her, even stomping on her. This wasn't just a robbery, it was a personal violation, a brutal display of disregard for Destiny and her business. Understandably shaken and now living with a tangible fear, Destiny took action. She filed a formal police complaint, her written words stark and filled with dread. "I'm scared for my life and business." Her fear wasn't unfounded. She noted that one of the thieves had a history of violent behavior. This act of reporting and seeking legal recourse highlights Destiny's courage, her refusal to be intimidated despite the very real threat she perceived. Adding another layer to this growing sense of unease, records indicate that Destiny sought a peace order just days before her life was tragically cut short. This legal move underscores the escalating nature of her fear, on a desperate attempt to protect herself from a perceived danger that loomed large. The legal system began to respond to Destiny's complaint. Arrests were made, charges were filed. But the sense of threat that had invaded Madame D Beauty Bar didn't vanish with the police report. 12 days later, as the festive lights of the holiday season glowed outside, casting a deceptive warmth, a deeper darkness returned to North Milton Avenue. This time, it wasn't about stolen merchandise. This time, it was about a life taken with brutality. Earlier on a Saturday, December 21st, 2019, the day dawned with the promise of the final weekend before Christmas. For Destiny, it was likely a busy day at Madame D Beauty Bar, clients preparing for the holidays. As evening approached, the day's work was winding down. The closed sign would soon be flipped. Just after 6 p.m., as the last light of the day faded, an individual walked into the salon. The atmosphere, moments before, likely one of quiet conclusion to the day, instantly shifted. A single gunshot cracked through the air. The sound was brutal and final. Inside that space, others were present as witnesses to an act of ultimate violence. Adding to the profound tragedy, Destiny's young daughter, Dream, was in there too. The immediate aftermath was chaos and terror. The police swiftly arrived at 241 North Milton Avenue to find Destiny with a catastrophic injury. She had been shot in the head. The urgency was palpable as paramedics rushed her to a nearby hospital. But the damage was too severe. Despite the frantic efforts of medical professionals, Destiny Harrison could not be saved. She was gone, The audacity of this crime is stark. To walk into a business, in broad evening light, with others present and commit such a violent act speaks to a chilling disregard for life.
21-year-old salon owner murdered in her own shop over the weekend. Tonight, we learned that she was afraid for her life. WMAR2 News' Abby Isaacs explains what court documents show. Abby.
Megan, 12 days before she was shot in the head at her beauty shop, Destiny Harrison filed charges against a couple who she said beat her and stole from her. Tonight, her grieving family is calling for justice.
She was my heart. All of us love her greatly. Just can't believe it.
A new mother, a loving daughter and niece, a beloved business owner.
Wonderful girl, entrepreneur, a go-getter. As you can see, she built this from the ground up.
Shot and killed in her Southeast Baltimore beauty salon Saturday evening.
Unbelievable. Some evil soul would do something like this.
Police say someone walked into Madame D Beauty Bar and shot 21-year-old Destiny Harrison in the head.
No respect for women whatsoever. To do this to a defenseless young lady who doesn't harm anyone, love everyone, it's senseless.
Just 12 days before her murder, Harrison said she was attacked in her salon when she confronted burglars. She wrote in a complaint that she found her neighbors inside, stealing hair bundles that she sells. When she tried to stop them, the couple beat her and took off with $3,000 worth of merchandise. She wrote, quote, "I'm scared for my life and business," end quote. They're now charged with assault, theft, and burglary. Police have not arrested anyone for her murder. They say there were other people inside at the time of the shooting and hope someone comes forward with information. Her family echoes that plea.
Somebody gotta know something. Please come forward. We need to get these demonic souls here. They need to pay for their crime. There's no doubt about that. In the name of Jesus, there's no doubt.
The fact that this occurred merely 12 days after Destiny reported being assaulted and robbed in the same location raises chilling questions. Was this a targeted act? Was it retaliation? These sequence of events paints a disturbing picture. The news of Destiny Harrison's murder reverberated through Baltimore. A young life brimming with potential. A business owner with a bright future, snatched away without warning. If you're finding this story as gripping and intriguing, kindly take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video. Your engagement helps keep Destiny's story alive and could be the key to someone remembering a crucial detail. In the immediate aftermath of Destiny's death, the Baltimore Police Department launched a homicide investigation. Detectives began the difficult task of piecing together the events of that evening, interviewing witnesses, and canvassing the neighborhood surrounding Madame D Beauty Bar. In an effort to encourage anyone with knowledge of the crime to come forward, a $4,000 reward was offered as a tangible incentive for information that could lead to an arrest and charges. Despite these initial efforts, the investigation yielded no immediate breakthroughs. As weeks turned into months and months into years, the individuals or persons responsible for Destiny's murder remained at large. The silence from those who might hold crucial information has been deafening, leaving Destiny's family and the wider Baltimore community grappling with a profound sense of injustice and the gnawing frustration of an unsolved crime. The murder of Destiny Harrison has likely explored the details of the case, keeping her story alive and appealing for new leads. Furthermore, the creation of a documentary film focusing on Destiny suggests a continued public interest and a persistent hope that new evidence might surface, finally bringing clarity to this tragic event.
She was bright, she was innovative, she was skilled, smart, beautiful. She was a fashionista.
Raquel Harrison Jones is talking about her daughter Destiny. She says Destiny was a perfect child growing up.
So loving, so kind, always wanting to help others, always wanting to help the community.
But on December 21st, 2019, everything changed. Baltimore police were dispatched to Madame D Beauty Bar on North Milton Avenue. Inside, they found Destiny suffering from a gunshot wound. She was rushed to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Police believe the suspect or suspects entered the salon and shot Destiny.
It was so many people in the salon that day. nobody has came forth and said anything.
Prior to Destiny's murder, she feared for her life. She filed charges against a couple who she says beat and stole from her 12 days before her murder. Detectives are investigating the case, but to date, no one has been arrested in connection to her death.
They're actively working. They have some leads, and it's just a waiting game.
Raquel keeps her daughter's memory alive. At the time of Destiny's death, her daughter Dream was just 1 year old. She is now 5 and about to start kindergarten.
I just make sure I keep telling her about Destiny, keep showing her all Destiny's photo shoots, because her creativity was out the roof.
Plus, her legacy is continuing to be honored by the Destiny Harrison Dream Scholarship Fund. The scholarship is awarded to 10 girls every year who are in cosmetology school. For Raquel, she wants her daughter's legacy to live on, but she also wants her daughter's killer to be caught.
I am hoping someone cares enough about her daughter, cares enough about all women, all mothers, all children to step forth and say something.
And if you have any information, you can reach out to Metro Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-866-7-LOCKUP, and the reward for information leading to an arrest is now $8,000.
In the face of unimaginable loss, the Baltimore community responded with an outpouring of compassion and solidarity. Vigils were held outside Madam D Beauty Bar, with the gatherings of friends, family, and neighbors who came together to mourn Destiny and remember the vibrant life that was extinguished too soon. These weren't just moments of sadness. They were also celebrations of her spirit, her drive, and the positive impact she had on so many. The financial burden of such a sudden tragedy can be immense. In a remarkable act of generosity, Baltimore native and world champion boxer Gervonta Davis offered to cover Destiny's funeral costs. This gesture resonated deeply as a powerful demonstration of community care and a testament to how Destiny had touched lives beyond her immediate circle. To ensure Destiny's entrepreneurial spirit continued to inspire future generations, the Destiny Dream Scholarship was established. This initiative directly supports students in the cosmetology program at her alma mater, Mergenthaler Vocational Technical High School. Each year, deserving students receive funds for essential tools, uniforms, and board certifications. It's a practical support designed to help them pursue their own dreams in the beauty industry, mirroring Destiny's own path.
Baltimore City Councilman wants to start a scholarship in honor of Destiny Harrison. She was the businesswoman who was killed in her beauty salon in Southeast Baltimore back in December. The scholarship would help students at Mervo High School who want to be certified in cosmetology just like Harrison. WMAR 2 News' Megan Knight is live in Northeast Baltimore. Megan, the city's Board of Estimates is expected to address this scholarship today.
Yeah, that's right, Ashley. Councilman Zeke Cohen is going to be asking the city's Board of Estimates today to approve the solicitation of donations for this scholarship, which is being named after 21-year-old Destiny Harrison, as well as her little daughter, Dream. Now, Harrison was shot and killed in her beauty salon in Southeast Baltimore back on December 21st. Her killer still has not been caught. So Harrison's family worked with Councilman Cohen to put together the Destiny Dream Scholarship. It'll be given to 3 to 5 students here at Mergenthaler Vocational Technical High School, or Mervo, who want to pursue a cosmetology certification. It'll help cover fees for things like licensing exams, cosmetology kits, and more. Mervo, by the way, is Harrison's alma mater. Her aunt, Jennifer Ridley, says this is the perfect way to remember her niece, who had a passion for making people feel beautiful, both inside and out.
It's wonderful, because it's not every day that you have a tragedy and something so wonderful can come out of a tragedy, like given to young children that's up and coming. You don't see that.
And once the Board of Estimates does give its approval, the hope is to start launching this scholarship on March 8th and begin taking those applications.
Above all, Destiny's family has remained steadfast in their pursuit of justice. They have become vocal advocates, urging the community to break the silence that often shrouds such cases. Their pleas are direct, emphasizing the need for truth and accountability. They believe that within the community someone holds the key to solving this crime, and they continue to implore those individuals to come forward to help bring a measure of peace to their shattered lives.
take my eyes off of you. You can be like heaven, so tell heaven I wanna hold you.
5 years. That's how long Destiny Harrison's murder has remained unsolved. 5 years of unanswered questions, with a family living with the constant ache of loss, compounded by the absence of justice. The pain endured by her loved ones is immeasurable, like a wound that cannot fully heal until the truth is brought to light. Cases like Destiny's underscore a critical reality. Community involvement can be the primary factor for justice to be found. Someone out there may hold a piece of information, perhaps seemingly insignificant, that could be vital to unlocking this mystery. Even the smallest detail, a forgotten conversation, an overlooked observation, could be the key that finally brings closure. Destiny's vibrant life was cut short in a brutal act. Her dream, Madame D Beauty Bar, became the scene of her demise. But the dream of justice for Destiny, the hope for answers, that dream still persists. Will you join in keeping that hope alive? Kindly subscribe and share this video to raise more awareness on Destiny's murder. Thank you for spending your time with us on Destiny's story. If anything you've seen or heard resonates with you, if you possess any information, no matter how small it may seem, please reach out to the Baltimore Police Department. Let's collectively work towards providing some measure of peace for Destiny's family. Share this video to amplify her story and keep the pressure on for answers. Leave your thoughts and reflections in the comments below, and subscribe to Cold Twist True Crime Stories for more important narratives that deserve to be heard. Your engagement can truly make a difference in the pursuit of justice. Thanks for watching and see you on our next story.